月が出た出た月が出たあよいよい三池炭鉱の上に出たあんまり煙突が高いのでさぞやお月さん煙た赤ろさんのよいよい月が差し込むあばらやもよいよい何の面かろうともぐろついて疲れて暮らすなら夢に黄金の花が咲くさのよいよい
Hi, on behalf of the Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple, welcome to our virtual Obon. You know, at the heart of Buddhism certainly is the idea of change. And while Obon is not about sheltering in place or this terrible illness, it is about camaraderie and community and remembering. So as you join us this evening, we'd like you to remember the wonderful things that we have at our produce market. You can get some teriyaki, or at least you can get some virtual teriyaki, and we can dance together in a circle. So a lot of people have contributed performance videos for us tonight. We hope you enjoy those. And what hasn't changed is Obon is about remembering our loved ones and the people who have brought us here to this one thought moment. So we can do that just as well in a virtual environment as we can in a live one. So please enjoy yourself. Thank you very much for coming, and we'll see you next year. Bye.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Reverend Peter Hata, and I'd like to welcome you to Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple's virtual Obon Memorial Service. Normally at our annual Obon Festival, we have a memorial service outside in the parking lot right before the Bonodori dancing. At this memorial service, we honor all of our loved ones who've passed away. Of course, because of our wish to keep everyone safe during this pandemic, this service has gone virtual, and in this sense, the pandemic has not only underscored the Buddha's teaching of impermanence, but also how interconnected our lives truly are. Therefore, we have all the more reason to take this opportunity during Obon to reflect on the wisdom of the Buddhist teachings and appreciate the life that we're able to live. We'll begin our service with the chanting of the Tambutsuge led by Rinban Noriaki Ito. Following the chanting, Rinban Ito will share with us a Dharma message. Once again, thank you very much for joining us today. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this most unusual Obon celebration. As Buddhists, we are often reminded about the teaching of impermanence. We have been told that things change on a moment-by-moment basis. Some of those changes can be controlled, but many often happen naturally and spontaneously. A life-changing manifestation of impermanence came about earlier this year with the pandemic of COVID-19. And it has virtually changed everything about our lives. We haven't been able to see our family members, our friends, our co-workers regularly, and this has led to much anxiety and even fear about the threat of being infected by the deadly virus. At our temple, it's been a long-time tradition that we would have our Obon festival at the end of the month of July. 2019 was the 60th annual Obon Festival. For the first time, therefore, in 6 decades, we're not able to enjoy the festival this year together. The word Obon comes from an ancient Indian word, ulambana, which means upside down. In Japan, the transliteration of ulambana became urabon. However, the first 3 letters were dropped and it became bon. And after adding the honorific O, it became Obon. The origin of the observance of Obon dates back to a story said to have been shared by the Buddha. The main character, Moggallana, is one of the primary disciples who has trained and studied diligently and is said to have acquired the power to see into other worlds of existence. He remembers his departed mother, whom he had forgotten for so long, and decides to search for her. He expected that she would be enjoying the fruits of existence in a world of happiness. However, he searches all of the heavenly realms, but he cannot find her. He thinks, could she possibly be in one of the hellish worlds? He searches and finds her suffering in a world called Ulambana, the upside-down world. No matter how hard he tries, he could not save her from this terrible existence. Moggallana turns to the Buddha for guidance. He is told, alone you cannot help her, but if you hold a gathering of fellow monks in her memory, be compassionate and charitable to all living things, then perhaps your mother can be saved. The story continues on to show that Moggallana was able to rescue his mother from her tragic state. His bitter grief was transformed, and he and his fellow students rejoiced with a dance of joy. When hearing this story, we might wonder why the mother of such a capable student of the Buddha was depicted as suffering in such a hellish realm. She was a single mother who raised her son to become one of the great disciples in the Sangha. One explanation is that she single-mindedly devoted her life to raising her son to become the best person he could be. In doing so, however, she may not have treated others nearly as well. It was perhaps for that reason that she was languishing in such an unbearable situation. Her love and compassion was limited and therefore not universal. This is one of the lessons of Obon, to treat all people and all living things equally with love and compassion. Also, it is to remember those who passed away before us and to think about how we can respond to their wishes and expectations. In the story, the happiness of seeing his mother rescued resulted in the dance of joy that Moggallana enjoyed with his fellow students. That dance that spontaneously occurred is said to be the origin of the Bon Odori, the folk dances that are the main component of our Obon festivals. Impermanence this year dictated that we celebrate differently, but the lessons of the tradition can still inspire us to enjoy this moment and every day, regardless of the challenges we face in this most unique year. Please stay healthy and safe, and we hope to see you in person soon. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for joining Higashi's first and hopefully last virtual Obon. You know, life has thrown us a big curveball, and some pretty crazy stuff is happening right now. We just want everyone to be safe. But with that said, we are down in funds. And so if you are able to donate to our virtual Obon, we'd love to have your donations online or mailed in. We'd appreciate it because the temple still goes on. We have our wonderful staff, Susan, Mika, Nancy in the office, our wonderful reverends must go on. And so with your support, we would really appreciate it this 2020. What a crazy year. Thank you.
I think this event or this time has made us really appreciate all the past ones and whatever we have for a future Obons. And it just worries me a little that, this may not be the only Obon that we are going to miss, unfortunately. A lot depends on what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate everybody's help in all the past years, and I appreciate everybody's future help. And the main thing is everybody tries to stay healthy, and we'll all get together in person once again, hopefully sometime within a reasonable time. But meanwhile, I have a lot of time to figure out a good prank on Elaine, so that is one good part of that.
See what I have to put up with, Susan? See? It's okay.
What's up, Higashi Honganji? We're a happy, fun smile, and we're so excited and honored to be part of the first ever Higashi Virtual Obon Festival. Now, before we start dancing, and I know we're all eager to do so, before we start dancing, it's very important, like we always do, to warm up the bodies. So, everybody, are you ready? Let's get up and move those atrophied quarantine muscles and get ready for some Rajio Taiso. Hey Ryan, are you ready? All right, here we go, everybody. It's time to warm up our bodies. Everyone, come on in. Here we go. Nice and big. We're going to start with some nice, big Shinkoku, deep breaths, and breathe. Out. And breathe. And out. Swinging the arms. Arm swings. 1, 2, 3. Nice and big. Nice and big arms. Move those atrophied muscles. Hup. There we go. Oh, that feels good. All right, now arm swings. 1. Oh, like a big sunshine. Let's feel that sunshine, folks. Oh, nice and big. Hup. Oh, hup. All right, here we go. Now chest stretches. 1, 2. Bring nice and big. Oh, 1, 2. Stretch that out. Oh, 1, 2. 3. Feel the sunshine, folks. Here we go. Side bends and 1, 2. The other side. Hup. 2. 1 on each side. Here we go. 1 and 2. 1 big breath. Here we go. All right, Higashi. It's time to dance. Woohoo! All right, Higashi Honganji, are you ready? It's time for everyone to bust out their coal-digging shovels, because it's time for Tankobushi. Hey, Kewpie, are you ready? Let's hit it! Ha!
あなたがその気で言うのなら思い切ります別れます元の娘の18返してくれたら別れますさよいよ一山二山三山越えよいよ国際かる八重椿何度色よく咲いたくてさまちょんが通わんやあたの花さのよいよいあえてその日が来るまではよいよい心ひとつ身は二つ離れ離れの寂しさに震えてさまちゃんと語りたいさのよいよい夢を抱えて
When I recall vivid memories of Obon, I think back to the Obon festivals. Well, we used to call them carnivals back then, Obon carnivals, back at the old Matsuri temple.
Back in the early 70s, my Japan grandmother came from Japan with my aunt and my two cousins who were 10 and 11 at the time.
I always enjoy hearing Jun Kuromoto perform.
One year our uncle was in the sponge booth, so we all got together and we bought a whole bunch of sponges.
What is memorable and very enjoyable are the people with whom I work. They make Obon special.
The one thing that I remember is that in 1959, that was the first one.
We all dressed up in yukata, my sister, me, and our two boy cousins. And this was at the old temple, of course.
I have many memories just because I've been to virtually every Obon.
Well, I've been going to Higashi Obon since I was little.
My last performance with Lauren Cole.
We lived right on the temple premises. We lived in a house right next door. And so the backyard of our house was the Obon festival, or the Obon carnival.
The other groups would be Loco Mojo, Kokoro, Happy Fun Smile.
Everybody wondered, who are those little boys who talk so fluent Japanese?
I remember going to the Boyle Heights Hotel and getting dressed up in yukata and then dancing with my aunties, my mom.
When Mia came to her first Obon when she was only 3 months old.
My favorite memory is probably working in the information booth and getting to know Mr. Kasai.
My favorite Obon memory is safe dice.
Especially Fujinkai and Irene's outstanding leadership. That is very special.
And so what was amazing was it was kind of like having like hundreds of people come to my house to have a party.
When we have to unload all the kabocha, and then my brother hit me in the back with one. And then we got to eat it for lunch.
That was something that I'll remember forever.
I think Higashi has best entertainment of all the Obons.
I do definitely remember going to Obon and how they had the games in the front, and then, like I said, the games in the back.
And it was just so much fun looking forward to the annual games and of course the shave ice.
I think mine was the first time that you took me. It was like probably 6 or something like that.
Singing and dancing.
There was this dime pitch booth that was like adjacent to our house.
My memory that I used to enjoy was watching my mom and Haruko's mom prepare kurimanji every year.
And there was dough ball and a penny pitch, I think it was.
And the next morning I would wake up early and I would go and look for dimes that dropped and that weren't picked up by the adults who were manning the booth.
When I was a little girl, dressed in kimono, wearing lipstick with a kanzashi the size of my fist.
I don't know how you make any money on pennies now, but it was penny pitch.
So I made maybe 80 cents or so every year, something like that.
Hi, my name is Lilia and today I'm going to be making chili rice. First, I'm just cooking some ground beef. I will be using chili seasoning, and then my family also likes to eat it with kidney beans and 1 can of corn. So I'm just going to add in all the ingredients. After stirring, let it simmer and heat through. I prepared a bowl with some rice, and then I'm going to add the chili on top. This is optional, but you can also add some cheese on top. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed.
Hey everyone, my name's Ami, and here we're gonna make chili rice. The ingredients you're gonna need are rice, cheese of course, and the actual chili. So first we're gonna need a medium-sized pot or whatever pot that you want, your heart desires. Then we're gonna, open the chili and dump it in there. Just like so, but I'm struggling. So I needed a spoon. I struggled for about a minute. Finally got it all in there. So now we get a wooden spoon and mix it around. So here we have my instant rice from the Japanese market and put it in the microwave while the chili is cooking. Put it in for like 2 minutes. And it's all done. So I took it out and it was really hot, so forewarning. Now that the chili's out and the rice is done, get a bowl and now put it all together. I let the rice stand for another 2 minutes or so I was able to touch it. And here we go, scooping everything in. Gotta pat the rice down, make some extra space. And then the chili, woohoo! You gotta get all of it, you can't waste any. And there it is, how pretty. And of course you cannot forget the special ingredient, cheese, yay! And boom. Almost done, now you gotta mix it around. And look at that cheese stretch. Mmm, yummy. And now sit at the table and eat your delicious meal. Yum.
Hi, my name is Galilea, and today we're making vegetarian chili rice. So start by putting a pot over medium heat and pouring in about a tablespoon of olive oil. Then add a medium-sized onion, diced, and some garlic. And then just stir that up until it's nice and caramelized. Next, we're gonna add some soy meat. I'm using 2 different kinds of soy meat from Morningstar Farms, but I guess you could use whatever meat you want. And then we're gonna add our spices, which is cumin, chili powder, salt, and pepper, and then just stir that all in. Next, we're going to add some tomato paste for flavor. I'm not quite sure how much that was, but it's fine. Then add some black beans and pinto beans, and then pour in 2 cups of vegetable broth. Then we're going to just stir that all in and cover it with a lid and let it sit for about 20 minutes. Once that's done, we're going to transfer our rice from the rice cooker into a bowl. I used brown rice because that's all we had, but I'm pretty sure it's normally made with white rice. Then we're going to pour the chili over the rice and then garnish it with some grated cheddar cheese and some sour cream. And then the last step is to eat it. So this was my first time having chili rice because it normally has meat and I really liked it.
Hi, I'm Lindsay and I'm going to be heating a can of chili for some chili rice.
Yum! This is the best chili rice.
Thank you!
んす。あらもったいのうござんす。
もったいない。もったいない。
What's your favorite Obon food?
Somen!
Snow cones.
Shaved rice.
Chirashi.
Tacos.
Kurimanju.
Chicken teriyaki.
It has to be udon.
I eat a lot, so.
The sushi is very good.
The beef bowl.
Actually, it's tamales. Tacos.
Oreo dongos.
That's so min.
Beef box.
Anything I eat at Obon.
West Covina's tamales and chili are the best.
And the manju.
Either kurimanju or somen.
Chicken teriyaki.
And the beef sandwiches.
If you don't eat udon, it's not Obon.
Chili rice.
And shaved ice.
And chicken's excellent.
Shave ice when it's soft.
But probably somen would be number one.
And sodas.
Somen.
Grandma?
Well, she said that.
The Yaba Cafe tacos.
Beef bowl.
Udon.
You have to have udon.
The snow cones are very good.
And dongo.
Rice.
West Covina tamales.
And the more I eat, the happier I am.
You can have unlimited amounts of snow cones and sodas.
Shaved ice with ice cream and extra milk.
Tamales, tacos, beef box, kintoki, and kurimanju.
Over the weekend, I must have 10 snow cones.
Just kintoki by itself? Well, the kintoki shave ice.
Udon is very good.
Now we call it ice shave.
Shaved rice.
The best thing that I won from the raffle, that's easy. One year I won an iPad mini, and I still use it. I still have it. In fact, it's right here. And it's still working. It's still very, very useful.
I wouldn't know because I still haven't won anything yet.
Family portraits.
I won some bracelets, which were not. I won bracelets and a gift card to a restaurant.
We did win a Sony transistor radio back in the 60s. I was so thrilled because our name got picked.
The best raffle prize that I ever won at Obon is the only raffle prize that I've won, and it was a little statuette of a dragon.
And I actually was fortunate enough to win an iPad, which I never thought how to go about.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Imami and I'm the Executive Director of Taiko Project. If you look forward to Obon every summer at Higashi like I do, then I'm sure you're disappointed but understand why Obon is virtual this year. We've performed at every Higashi Obon since 2003, and so, in lieu of regular performance, we've selected 3 clips from past Obons to share with you this year. The first one is from 2007 with one of our signature songs, Expanding. Next up, we fast forward 7 years with a clip from 2014 and another one of our favorite songs, Many Sides. And this last clip is from 2017, and one of our favorite moments from Obon, the year we pranked one of our members, Audrey. At this time, the floss dance was popular, and she would often break out into the dance during practice. Somehow the idea came up to add the dance to our song Island Groove, and then an artistic decision was made to do the dance double time at the end. A lot of people think it was my idea to prank her, but it was actually Yumi Saito's idea to choreograph the dance in such a way that Audrey would end up downstage, Yumi and Liz upstage, so she couldn't see that they weren't going double time, and were instead cheering her on as she danced solo at the end. Please enjoy Island Groove. Thanks again for tuning in, and if you're able to make a donation to the temple, please do so. I know we wouldn't be where we are today if it weren't for Higashi Honganji, and we hope it will be around long into the future. I've made my donation, and I encourage you to make yours too. Thank you.
My favorite Bonodari dance is Hokkaido no Abarembo. Everybody knows that.
It has to be Hokkaido no Abarembo.
Because it has a story.
We did a lot of jumping around, just like the teenagers do now.
And because the motions are really fun to do.
That's always going to be one of my favorites.
You can say yoisho.
My favorite Bonodori dance now is Shiawase Samba.
I love Sakura Ondo. The music is just great, as well as the choreography.
It would have to be Sakura Ondo.
I like 1+1.
1+1. 1+1.
We always do 1+1 inside our booth because we're working.
I like Tanko Bushi.
My favorite Obon dance is Tanko Bushi.
My favorite Obon dance is the sailor dance, or Nikkei Ondo, or the Beach Boy song.
My favorite Obon dance is the Bon Odori Uta.
Of course, I enjoy Bon Odori Uta because that kind of symbolizes what Obon is all about.
What is my favorite booth to work at? Well, that's pretty easy. It's the chicken teriyaki booth.
Yeah, we all only work the dango booth every year, so technically I guess that might be the favorite booth.
Every year I work the beef booth, and I'm always on the barbecue, so that would be my favorite.
I probably should say manju and osushi, because that's our Fujinkai booth now.
I like all the booths that I've worked at. I like
sponge toss because there's water involved.
Well, the only booth I've ever worked in is Beef Box, so I guess that has to be my favorite booth.
Or shaved ice. Shaved ice. Because all the free shaved ice you want.
The Lumbini bake sale. I love it because when the kids were little, it was always fun to spend time with them in the booth. And who doesn't think kids are cute selling baked goods?
I like shave ice because there was ice cream and ice.
Games. But as a kid, Penny Pitch was also one of my favorites because all the boys came.
But also, when it's hot outside, that AC really helps.
I only worked at the food booth.
I like the shave ice because we had a system down.
Bingo for the air conditioning.
I like bingo.
But it's also because, you get together so many people and it's just fun. It's not so much work.
The one where we sell raffle tickets and t-shirts, because I get to see everybody pass by, because we're located at the entrance to our Obon.
I've been working Yabe Cafe for 20 years now, so of course that's my favorite.
And I like Dago because it keeps me busy all day because nobody else works except for us.
For those of you young folks, you should know that the road to enlightenment goes through chicken teriyaki.
All right, y'all, it's time for one of our favorite dances. I got a question for you. What's 1 + 1? You may think the answer is 2, but it's not. Let's ask Kewpie. Hey, Kewpie, what's the answer?
Tayo! I love you! あ、パパたすママは知らないはっはっ
それそれそれ
線路の上を電車が走り櫓の上に月が出るお腹の上におへそがあって頭の上に帽子があるよは4たす4ではははは5たす5です
早いしょ
叩けば響く太鼓のように普通じゃなしにわかるのさ1たす1の
give it up to Akiko QP! Thank you! Okay, thank you all to everyone at Higashi Honganji. Special big up to Rinban Ito and the Obon instructor Trish Nicholson. And thank you to the Obon committee. We are so excited to have been part of the virtual Obon, and Happy Fun Smile would like to extend our warmest thanks to everyone involved. We hope to see you there in person next year. So stay safe, everyone. Stay healthy, and we'll all see you next year. Yeah! Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Obon.
is your favorite Obon tradition?
It's to dance.
My favorite Obon tradition, of course, is Bo'odori, and I thank Janet and everyone else who patiently encouraged me to give it a try, no matter what it looked like and how it was.
I like the dancing. That's Obon to me.
Definitely dancing. Like Mogalana, dancing for joy.
On the one hand, it would be like, the Bo'odori, because, that's kind of like the symbol of Obon.
Dance at least one dance to Obon Uta under the beautiful lanterns which represent all of those people who went before us.
Besides dancing to Bonodori Uta, is this way you connect with people at Obon, because there are certain people who, to some extent, I only see at Obon every year, and it's sort of become kind of like a tradition to see these same people every year.
I think my favorite is during Obon, when everybody, it's full inside of the parking lot. It's great to have all the friends and family stop by our booth and just say hi, just catch up, and just knowing that everybody is there for the festivities.
I like the food.
Wearing matching shirts, shorts, and zoris with loco.
As a minister, the most important tradition is the Obon service and the Mantua service that we have in the lot.
I think service before. I think I've only been once, and it was nice.
We like the Montoya lanterns. Yes.
Seeing all the Montoyas and Chochings making for a very festive environment. It's also great to see a lot of people come back for Obon who don't come around too often throughout the year. It just kind of helps keep the tradition alive.
Just seeing family and friends every year is very enjoyable.
My favorite tradition is just the thought that our relatives are here with us.
I do appreciate everyone's contributing to Obon. It is a very special time, and I do remember my mother and father and all the people who were special to me, including Yuri Harada and all the people at the temple.
But also just the opportunity to share a good time with so many friends who I don't get to see regularly. And of course,
the camaraderie, the delicious food, the Obon dancing, and it was just working together and watching the guys set up the booth and the decorations and Fujinkai, working with the Fujinkai ladies with the manju making, chirashi making, and all these other organizations working together. It's just so wonderful to see and come together that weekend.
踊り念仏気も軽がるとあらせよ明日の家業が苦にならぬはあ村よな村のお盆よお閻魔様のおろせよ赤いお顔忘らりょうか
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today for our 2020 virtual Obon at Higashi Honganji Buddhist Temple. 2020 has been a year unlike any other, and all of us have been forced to make many changes in our daily lives as we continue to deal with this pandemic. Now, this is our 61st Obon festival and our first virtual Obon. Shout out to the temple office staff who coordinated and organized this virtual Obon, and to Lindsay Kashiwabara for the artwork and Gaku Ito for taking care of the videos. Now, at a non-virtual Obon, we would have many food booths, games, farmers market, flower sale, bake sale, Obon merchandise, raffle tickets, and a lot of other things. And the proceeds from our Obon festival are a huge part of what keeps our temple going. And while we understand that many of you may be facing some challenging times, we hope that some of you will consider helping in some way. Now, whether it's a small donation or maybe something a little bit bigger than a small donation, anything you can give is greatly appreciated. Please visit our website at hhbt-la.org for more information about how you can donate, as well as general information about our temple and our virtual Sunday services. And a huge thanks and virtual hugs to Jun Kuromoto, Taiko Project, and Happy Fun Smile for their special performances today. They've been a huge part of our Obon for many years, and we appreciate them creating these special videos for our virtual Obon this year. You know, and Bonodori dancing is also a highlight of any Obon festival, and I hope you are able to dance along with the Bonodori videos of some of our favorites. The Obon season is one of my favorite times of the year. Earlier, you heard Reverend Peter share some of his thoughts on the meaning of Obon, and Rinban Ito touched on this as well in his talk. Obon is about honoring our ancestors and showing our appreciation to them. That's what Obon is. But there's something else about Obon that I love. It's about what Obon does. Obon brings families and friends together. Obon brings people from the community together. Obon allows us to share this tradition with others, many who knew nothing about Obon. Obon is a time to enjoy delicious food items and perhaps try something new. Obon gives us a chance to dance under hundreds of lanterns on a beautiful summer evening. Obon provides us the opportunity to reconnect and see old friends. Obon is also a time to maybe make some new friends. And while we should not forget about the meaning of Obon and about what Obon is, I absolutely love what Obon does. Now, I hope you're able to get a taste of Obon while watching our virtual Obon presentation. Next year, though, I expect to see all of you right here in the Higashi Honganji parking lot, which transforms into this special place on the last weekend of July. And I will be right here at my favorite place during one of my favorite times of the year, remembering what Obon is and loving what Obon does. Now, we are streaming our services every Sunday, so please feel free to join us if you are interested. Thank you for joining us today, and continue to wear your masks, stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the rest of the Obon season. Thank you, and now it's time for some chicken teriyaki.